John Calipari has landed Trayvon Brazile, and now he is reportedly done with 9 guys. Your thoughts?
Why? Like, why? What do you? Why are you? Why are we choosing to do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Aren't you John Calipari? Isn't this Arkansas? Like, fill the roster out.
Yeah. Okay. So rolling through this, he is basically saying, I'm going to pay my top 9. I'm going to prioritize them. They're all going to play. They're all going to get paid, and then I'm going to get 4 walk-ons. Like, if I'm one of those 9, I think I'm really happy about that, right? Because there's no question about the role you're going to have. It's just like the reality is like, God forbid, what if an injury happens? What if you're trying to scrimmage in practice and you got to play a walk-on? It's the 10th guy guarding John L. Davis. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, also did he? Is this like one of those like actual walk-on cases, or like an NIL era, like Purdue's got guys that are walk-ons, but they're like actual scholarship guys.
But if that was happening, why wouldn't you just give them scholarships? Because you
Yeah,
have
you got
you have
not.
4 open scholarships.
Yeah. Why is anyone else making a big stink about this? Because like this, if I'm an Arkansas fan, I would be enraged.
Really?
Fill the spots, get players. What do you mean? Why are we rocking with walk-ons? Go
I
get
guess
guys.
the only flip to me would be like I feel like their top 9's really talented, right? It would be different if I felt like there were talent concerns with the top 9.
But even if there isn't, like let's go get some good. Let's get good. What do you love to say, Greg? Get good players. Just go get good players.
Or at least get players.
Yeah, go fill your roster out with good players.
Yeah. Yeah, no, to me, I've said this with your program in the past. I've said this with others. To me, if you're leaving scholarships open, you are not turning over every stone to possibly help your team. Like isn't it an inherently lazy thing to leave 4 scholarships open and say, "No, I'm just going to do walk-ons to keep guys happy." Like that inherently to me implies like you don't want to work hard enough to get 4 more players.
Yeah. Also, there's players available.
So should this be a really major red flag though? Like, because I mean,
Yes.
Kentucky fans would sit here and point at Cal for the last couple years and basically say, "Yeah, he's made a bazillion roster management mistakes." Is this the first one that he's making at Arkansas?
Yes, I think so. I do. I just blatantly disagree with the notion that this should be the way they rock. Like there's Jameer Watkins out there, there's Wooga Poplar, there's Garway Dual. I mean, depending on what position they're trying to fill in with this, like it makes no sense to me why they're not in on a guy like Wooga or
You
something
think
like that. Like I get it. I get they have a lot of good players, and maybe the fall off from like these star portal guys is like they don't have enough to promise those guys. But I mean, uh, there's a middle ground right now. I feel like they're maybe not doing the top level, but they're just going straight to the bottom to walk on level where there's got to be something in the middle there you can work out.
Yeah. Um, I think you're right. I am wondering how much of this is money driven. Like, are they just out of money? Is Chicken Man's pockets going dry?
Personally, I've been eating enough Tyson chicken tenders to probably fund Arkansas's football and basketball team, but I guess I'm not doing enough.
Talk to me on the player side of this, though. Like, if you're a Duke Thiero, do you love this?
Yes.
So this is Cal being a player's coach again.
Yes.
Could we argue that's a good thing?
Yes.
Will you argue that's a good thing?
No. Because you just want to have good guys. You want to have good guys. You want to have guys like what makes these teams like so great is that they go down the bench and you still got talent as like your 10th guy or your ninth. Like look what Nate Oates did. His 10th guy is great. That is the approach. That right there is the blueprint for what you want to do. Not leave spots open and have walk-ons.
That's the die trying approach, as your coach would say.
That's the die trying approach.
I'm gonna get back to a deep run in the tournament, or I'm gonna die trying.
Right. Also, like this is him, and once again, good on him, like you said, believing in his players, believing in his top 9. what if one of those top nines has a hard fall and hurts his wrist? Then what? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like prepare for the unpreparable. Like make it like put yourself in a position to be in an okay spot. You know how college basketball is. You know how long the season is. You know, if you don't have, you can keep your guys fresh. There's a lot of other reasons I feel like you just want to fill those spots with guys, which I think he could. Like, I think there are guys out there.
yeah. I would feel infinitely better about this if it was just 10, which meant you could go
Yeah,
5 and 5 in
doesn't nine
practice.
feel weird?
It does
Nine
feel
feels weird.
abrupt and gross. It's
Yeah.
also it's just a weird move to, like, land your player and then be like, "I'm done. I'm done." Like, I don't know. It's like, it would be one thing if, like, this was just the end result because you missed on some people or something, but to, like, strategically say, "I wanna leave 4 scholarships open," which is not what he said. It's not like Cal has come out and said, like, "We're doing this." It's just been, like, hinted at of, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with walk-ons," and that's not great, in my opinion. What's your concern level? If you had to assign a category, we used to do the category, like, hurricane category game, like, severe, dire, the world is ending, moderate, not that concerned. Like, what's your answer?
This is like one of the ones where like you feel safe, kind of like just staying upstairs. Like you're not going to the basement for it because your top nine are good.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like it's heavy rain, it's jarring, maybe some leaves blowing, a tree going over, but there's no funnel touching the ground, and
Yeah.
you're still good upstairs.
That's where I'm at too, for the record, but also 2 weeks ago, while my wife and I and our daughter pulled the move of like, "Oh, yeah, we're not that worried. We'll just stay upstairs and watch the news." My entire town got ravaged by tornadoes a mile away.
Ah,
So, it could be a little scary.
go to the basement, Cal.
The NBA draft is coming up, and I've got something awesome for you. We are partnering with the people at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K is the best video game on earth. The people at 2K Lab are making some awesome stuff to make that game even more fun, and they just launched their 2024 NBA Draft Simulator, where you can find the official Sleepers Media big board. We ranked our top 75 players in this draft class. Me, Carter, Brian Ralph, Riley Davis. We did it together, and it is featured on the 2K Lab NBA Draft Simulator. You can take control of any team in the draft, play GM with just one click, and see our entire rankings before these videos even come out. Check out the link in the description of this video to try out the draft sim for yourself, and you can find more mini games at nba2klab.com/nba-mini-games.